What's going on, YouTube? It is me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Boss's Lounge. Child, ooh, these streets on fire. I'm not talking about the beef sector, honey. I'm talking about in other areas. It is going down today, and we will get into that later on tonight. Meanwhile, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on around the world. Let's get it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the lounge. What's going on, Millville? Hey, left-handed Libra, you guys doing good today? I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is busy for me getting caught up on being out yesterday, but you know what? It is what it is. And yeah. So, anyway, when I tell you they cutting up out here in these streets, they cutting up. Now, something I want to touch on real quick. I did an upload for the members, but I'm having trouble getting it uploaded, child. I messed around and did it on my phone, and they messed up the whole damn party. So I'm working on that. But meanwhile, I just want to touch on something. I'm hearing from the people that I'm sub to and that I listen to. I'm hearing the rumbling in the streets where people are upset, trying, about where people go, who they visit, who they support, friendships and stuff are ending and breaking off. Child, listen. Sometimes a person is only in your life for a season and not a reason. And you just don't let that get you down. It is what it is, and move on. It's not a loss for you. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. It's not a loss for you. Um, you know, what's up, JB? It is what it is. There comes a time and a place when, you become grown and you have to take care of what you can take care of. Anything else you don't like, you walk away from it. And that is what it is. But yeah, they're trying to dictate what somebody do. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Ain't nobody running nobody's household because they're not paying their bills. They're getting their bills paid. So check this out. In the news at this time, first of all, I went out this morning for my morning break. And girl, I seen the helicopters, the black helicopters going by. Now, I don't know for sure if they were military. There were some things I should have been able to look at and know that, but I didn't know at the time. I didn't know until I had reached out to Momo. And so she kind of asked me some questions that would help me understand if they were, military choppers, if they were helos and things. I don't know the difference between all of those. I can't figure those out. But yeah, I saw 4 helicopters traveling together, and then a little bit behind them, it was 2 more helicopters, and they were kind of loud, which is what made me look up. But anyway, so what we're hearing in the underground is Denmark is expected to scrap all Killer Pete restrictions. And this was supposed to be a press conference that was done yesterday. Now, of course, we wouldn't see it on the news over here. You would have to be looking at international news or be, following a certain group on Twitter or be tied into the underground. But yes, honey, there are more and more countries that are stepping up, starting to say they doing away with the mandates. They not with it. Plus, they are reporting that they have found alternative means of medicating people that appear to be doing the job and not causing any harm. But again, that's all in the underground. Israel, unfortunately, is riding with the U.S. They still pushing the narrative. They still doing what they do. Let's see. China's foreign ministry is they kind of talking a little mess over there right now, but we're not paying them no too much attention because they are way advanced in a lot of this technology, like than what we are, and they are further along progressed in this mission that has been playing out in front of us for years that we just couldn't, we couldn't pick up on. You definitely cannot micromanage someone else's spot because you can't left-handedly, where it's impossible. And why would you even want to try? You micromanage your kids, not other grown folks. Rockwell, hey, baby. I'm glad to see you. I don't see you, but I see you. I'm glad to see you, baby. I hope all has been good to you this year so far. God is good. We're working through it day by day. So OSHA has withdrawn the mandate with the exception of healthcare workers. January 13, 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court stayed the applesauce and testing, finding that challenges were likely to prevail on their claims. However, let me see if I can make this bigger. I can't make it bigger. After evaluating the court's decision, OSHA is withdrawing the Killer Pete and applesauce as an enforceable emergency temporary standard. To the extent that this withdrawal is not already generally exempt from the notice and comment requirements of the Administrative Procedure Act and the OSH Act, OSHA finds good cause that workers don't have to be worried about that. You can no longer be forced. Now, if you're in healthcare, that's a different story. You still got to ride the wave. You got to do all the things, get your exemptions, do all of the things that they're saying. But if you are not in healthcare, you scrap that. That's dead. They killed that in the water, and that's at the Supreme Court level. So I think that that's a plus in our favor, absolutely a plus, and it makes a big difference for those that are not in the healthcare field. It's funny because it looks like the Supreme Court has this in writing on the 13th, and I guess maybe it was announced something happened on yesterday. Well, yesterday I got a new note, which speaking of which I need to scan it and email it to the people before they come asking me next month. So I already have mine in store. So I think I'm going to still be working from home for a little while longer, but we'll soon see. New information. YouTube has censored a Bible-based sermon, labeling it as hate speech because it isn't pro-LGBTQ. And plus the pastor said God made us male and female. So now it looks like they are sliding over into the spectrum of LGBTQ. And if you are not a positive influence on that community, then they are deeming your commentary as hate speech. So you better be very careful about the lingo and the language that you use when you're talking about members of the LGBTQ, because baby, if they decide to run to the courthouse on you, you might have a problem on your hand. And we're watching how this courthouse thing is playing out on a couple of different bases. The slave owner we got for a governor was trying to do it with kids wearing. I believe it. And that, if I recall correctly, that is considered a crime against humanity, right? See, to try to intimidate someone or coerce someone to doing something by blackmail or intimidation or removing funding or keeping food away from them, keeping doctors and stuff away from them, the basic necessities. If you try to take away our basic necessities because we won't comply with what you think is right, that's a crime against humanity. And it's happening at a large level, a large spectrum. So this is the kind of stuff that they're going after. And these are the kind of charges that are being charged to those who have a court date over there at Gitmo. Which I think I heard that, and I want to say I put that in my last YouTube Boulevard video. I think I've posted 2, maybe 3 episodes so far, and I think I put that in there about Virginia and someone else suing them. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Never seen that like before in my life. I miss you, so I'll catch you later on tonight. Okay, baby, I'm out and about. Okay, baby. All right, take care, my love. Be safe. Yeah, so when you start talking about these LGBTQ, censorship is very real out here, people. Just in case you haven't been keeping up or keeping count, censorship is very real. So be careful when you're talking about LGBTQ, when you're trying to make a point or preach from the Bible. Be very careful, because if the people flag you, you mess around and catch a strike. Now, I have live stream scheduled for my main channel and my backup channel later on tonight, and we're going to talk about, with an open panel, why you feel Tasha K's channel should be removed. I'm hearing a lot of negativity. I also heard that there was a petition up to strip her YouTube channel, and the hate is real out here, people. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's real. It's real. Let's see what else. So, new information. There is a video out there. American songwriter Kid Rock made a video called "We the People." And in this video, he's blasting Ben Lyon and his administration, Tony, big tech, and mainstream media. Now, I will try to put this on my community wall. Let me see if I can stick it up there real quick for y'all now, so y'all can see it. And yeah, this is. Oh yeah, I can do it from here. Hang on. Copy link. Let me stick this on the wall right now so y'all can see it. Check out Kid Rock's new video. And y'all can see it maybe before they take it down. So I just posted that on my community wall. Now let's see what we got. We have some more stuff going on. I see people losing channels out here. People are starting to lose their channel at a progressive rate. And guess why? Remember when I was telling y'all I was going to jail for certain keywords and certain things? People don't think it's real. So they think they can say the V word with no repercussions, or the S word when you take yourself out, or the R word on both the slow spectrum and on the violating of a vagina spectrum. Those people, are getting struck and losing channels. You really have to be careful. If you notice, a lot of people have changed their tune to where they're no longer cussing. And they say, I'm trying not to cuss. Yeah, you damn right they trying not to cuss. Why? Because it's affecting that monetization. They not getting no green check. They getting a yellow one, which means we're going to cut half of your money because you use a profanity and it don't sit well with the sponsors. Yeah. So it's getting real crucial. Now, I don't know if y'all know, the other day, it was, let me see, it was 2 platforms that went down yesterday. It was Discord and Apple iCloud Songs, iCloud Music. Apple iCloud something. Those platforms went down yesterday. Now, if you didn't know, then let me tell you. They claim it was for some issues, some technical term. At the end of the day, it was security reasons, because some hackers have gone over yonder across the waters over there and hacked the people's site and started leaking information. Kind of like how they hacked into the Red Cross's site. They went over there and they hacked into some of them people's information and started leaking it. So I'm guessing that Discord and Apple iCloud try to up the ante with their security to try to prevent any hacking from there, because it's a lot of stuff in the cloud. Everything goes to the cloud now. Everything goes to the cloud. This facial recognition thing spreading like wildfire. Everybody picking up on it. Everybody using it. It's getting real out here. If y'all ain't been paying attention, you better try to tune in so you can figure it out. Because the same way they were putting those trackers in those, youth size panties and bras at Victoria's Secrets, tracking the kids, trust and believe that cell phone tracking them too. Oh yeah. When they on iTunes, iMusic, Apple Music, Spotify, and all of the other things. See, DC, and it was DC and somebody else that's trying to sue Google because they claim that Google tricked us and that they are violating our privacy. And if y'all remember, when you go on the internet, every time you go somewhere nowadays, a thing pop up saying, hey, we using cookies. You have to accept that you understand. And, you got to acknowledge that you see what I'm saying to you down here. They got pop-ups that say, hey, we use cookies. And if you read the fine print, it tells you we use cookies because we tracking you. We watching who you buying from, what you're doing, and we're sharing your information. So we just wanted to let you know so there wouldn't be any surprises. You can't search nothing on the internet today without getting one of those messages saying to accept the cookies. I always X out of it, but it don't mean nothing, because when it comes to e-commerce, if there's a warning on that page and it is not accepted or confirmed or acknowledged, because you continue to use the site or that page, that is considered an authorization to whatever it is that warning message was telling you. So don't think it's going to be easy for you to find a way out. Let me see what she said. They removed our freedom when killer had us in the home. Our freedom was lost. Our freedom was stolen. It wasn't lost. It was stolen. And I have that in a YouTube Boulevard that video that I was working on last night that I hopefully will upload either later on tonight or tomorrow for you. Let's see. Let me go back over here. So Kid Rock, if I don't know if y'all know Kid Rock. Kid Rock is a Caucasian persuasion. And he's a rocker boy, rocks out. He smoke a little reefer. He wears one of those old OG hats. Used to have the feather on the side. He wear a little bitty one. He usually have on a white wife beater, vest, and some jeans. That's his normal gear. If you don't know nothing about him, go check out that video and tell me what you think. Update. The New York mask mandate is back in effect after a judge at higher appeals court grants stay. This is in New York. Let's see, an appeals court judge granted a motion to temporarily block a lower court ruling that has struck down the mandate. Well, they're saying that Nancy Pelosi announced that she is running for re-election, reversing an earlier vow to turn over party leadership. In her announcement, she repeats the slogan, for the children, for the children, for the children, over and over again. Let me tell you something. She got a day that Gitmo, so I don't know what she talking about, all of this future stuff that's going to happen. Only thing in her future is a rope and a last meal, but that's for a later, that's for a later video. Truckers are driving across Canada in a large convoy to protest the mandates, and people are meeting them along the way to cheer them on and show their support. Germany, the German parliament's trying to decide on whether to make it compulsory for its populations. It's a lot of going on. Whistleblowers share U.S. Department of Defense medical data that blows applesauce safety debate wide open. Kid Rock, you remember Kid Rock? Come Rockwell. Yes, ma'am. Kid Rock ain't no joke, girl. Hey, Ruthie. Hey, baby. Kid Rock ain't no joke. He been kind of laying low. He from the old school. He ain't been doing nothing new and improved. He ain't been bobbing and weaving with the kids. But, I'm sure he still like Smoke with Snoop or something like that. But in terms of making music, I can't say that I've really heard any of his music. Okay, what is this? Whistleblowers share U.S. Department of Defense medical data that blows the applesauce safety debate wide open. 3 military doctors have presented query data to Ohio attorney Thomas Rentz that shows a shocking and sudden spike in nearly every ICD code for common kilopeat injuries in 2021. Now, if you don't know what ICD code is, and I don't remember what the ICD stands for, but the last time I had anything to do with the medical field, I dealt with what they refer to as ICD-9 codes. These are billing codes. This is what the doctors and hospitals and the healthcare industry use to invoice the government, Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, et cetera, et cetera. This is how they bill the insurance companies, right? And so now what they're saying is that 3 military doctors have presented data that shows a lot of billing coming from particular ICD-9 codes. Maybe I'll be able to stick that in the chat for you to check out later on, but it's got a lot of big words in it, so it might be better for me to read it and break it down for you. Let's see. It has a little caption that says data, transparency, and surveillance. That is what has been missing from the greatest experiment on humans of all time throughout this pandemic. Now, military medical whistleblowers have come forward with what they claim is perhaps the most accurate and revealing data set on applesauce safety. So that's interesting. You'll only be able to find that in the underground. Russian gas to Germany. This is just in, this was a couple of hours ago. Russia gas to Germany. Nord Stream 2 establishes a German subsidiary and thus fulfills, I don't know what that means. Let me keep past that. Okay, so it says the U.S. has handwritten response to Russia's security guarantees proposal, Bloomberg reports. And the document starts out, the document that we shared with Russia today states very clearly the principles we're committed to and our allies' concerns about actions by Russia that undermine security in Ukraine and the European theater. Listen, they're responding. Okay, they're responding. And here we go, injecting ourselves into this Russia and Ukraine fight. Listen, we about to go to blows, y'all. I believe we about to have another war. Because if we have to jump in the middle of that, it's going to open up the floodgates. It's going to be crazy. He got a couple of bangers, but it's been years. Yeah, it's been years since I heard him. Thank you, left-handed. So you think the UK will back off Ukraine? Putin ain't happy at all, but Putin ain't scared either. And I have no idea whether they'll back off or not. But the fact that we are getting so heavily involved is what's worrisome to me. When I know the condition of our military and I know what they just went through and what some are still going through and not knowing, how far this thing stretches. I mean, it's been a lot of information about death drops. And I mean, like, how they said a 1-2 punch, I hit you, you hit the flow. Yeah. The applesauce hit me, I hit the flow. Yeah, it's been an increase in that. So I don't know if it's something new that they've added, if it's the dosage. Let me tell you something. I told y'all about a week ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, where the schoolhouse was giving the kids the applesauce, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry, I twisted that up. The schoolhouse was supposed to be administering flu shots, I believe is what it was, and messed around and accidentally gave them applesauce. And, I thought that was big news at the time I gave it to you. Well, the story has come up again. And what is big news now is the fact they didn't tell those kids' parents what happened. Somebody leaked it out. They went and found out. Now it's hell to pay the captain. Because anytime you have an you have an accidental event at a school with a child where medication is involved, and there is an error in the administration of said medicine or whatever, you have to immediately notify the parent. because it may be that the parent may need to contact the doctor or the pharmacy and see if there's anything for them to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? If they need to rush and take them to the urgent care or something, or if they have to rush and take them to the doctor or the emergency room. They need to be told. The nurses at the school have to notify the parents, but baby, they didn't they didn't notify them and didn't think nothing else was wrong with it. So now you got, I'm scared to say their name, Project Veritas, which is an organization that does a lot of exposing of things that are trying to be hidden from the public. They sat down and recorded a woman talking about it at the hospital facility level. Talking about how they weren't being truthful and they weren't being transparent, and that it was unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. They're going to go nuclear. Nobody's going to put troops on the ground anymore. It's going to be a thing. Well, here's the thing. See, bombing and nuclear are two different things. It's one thing to bomb somebody, but once you start slinging nukes, it potentially affects everybody, because the wind carries the gas and the poison and the radiation that comes from a nuclear explosion. That should just carry on across the water, on across the mountains, cross on the other side of the world. Then you got people getting sick, dropping dead, doing all of the things, and you got other assholes sitting over here trying to make it be Killer Pete when it's a whole radiation poisoning type of situation. So God forbid this thing goes nuclear, because it could really get ugly. And as soon as a country establishes that their people have been poisoned by a nuclear gas caused by a nuclear explosion, then they're going to jump up and get their military. And then it's going to get way, way out of control. Really bad. Putin ain't never scared. He been making his moves by the truth. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. So Denmark, I remember I started the video off telling you that Denmark is doing away with all of this applesauce crap. Like they scrapping it, throwing it in the trash. And they're saying here, as of 9:52 this morning, Denmark no longer classifies Killer Pete as a socially critical disease. All restrictions will be lifted from February 1. Look at that. Look at that. Now, if you think Bin Laden and his team ain't mad, they about to be pissy mad. Because how dare you go against what he told y'all to do? But that and all of this should tell y'all something. All this stuff starting to come out. I heard Momo told me that about an hour or maybe even 2 hours ago, somewhere around noonish, that some news had reported that the military had been activated. So there's activations happening all over the world, and it's more than just arrests. So keep your eyes open. When you start hearing them helicopters swirl overhead, when you start seeing them helos, them military helicopters, you might want to turn your TV on the news to see if maybe your area is going to be put in a lockdown mode, or if they're telling you, advising you to go get gas and groceries and water or whatever. Hey, your antenna should be up now, and you should be paying attention. Rockwell says, "Yep, they giving the kids not telling parents," and they say, and remember, we've been told you they was going to do this. We told you in 2020 they was going to do this because Michigan was the first state to do it. Send them kids home to suffer with side effects if they had any in silence, and having their parents wonder what's going on. Yeah, so. It's things are revving up, you guys. They all should go to jail for endangerment. Crimes against humanity, crimes against children. Munich, Germany, in protests over the compulsory applesauce. YouTube has permanently banned news host Dan Bongino's channels, citing Killer Pete misinformation. What I just tell y'all, I've been getting these notifications and messages. The channel's been coming down all over YouTube, Twitter, Meta, everywhere. Let's see. FDA asked the court to delay the first 55,000 page production until May. and that Pfizer reportedly moves to intervene in the lawsuit. Lawsuits popping up everywhere. I think they may have been a little slow on the draw, but I guess better late than never. Neil Young's music is being removed from Spotify after he objected to Joe Rogan's podcast. He said, "Me or him," and Spotify said, "Goodbye." Mm-hmm. Now that was jumping in the music industry yesterday. My notifications was going crazy about that. Let's see. Trudeau says the small fringe trucker convoy on the way to Ottawa does not represent the views of Canadians. They are holding unacceptable views. I'm not sure what that is. And that's a video. It's 13 seconds. I don't even know. Trudeau. Let me see what he's saying. So he's saying pretty much that the people that are in opposition of everything that's going on doesn't represent everybody's views. They're just a small group of people. Russia's foreign minister says the U.S.'s response does not address main security demands because the double he's not legitimate, so he can't make those decisions. His handlers and his team members will have to acknowledge that, see what it is and get to the higher ups, and it'll have to come downhill because Arthur, he can't make those decisions. They're telling him what to do and what to say, feeding it to him by earbud. So it makes sense that they jumped up and sent a letter and didn't even address what the real meat and potatoes was. It's coming out. It's still coming out. It's been coming out for months that the Omicron is associated with an infection advantage over those people that ate the applesauce. So while they want to holler about all of this trouble in the hospital, them the people that ate the applesauce, not us. Y'all can keep blaming us, but y'all the ones still dropping. So, hey, Patty Cake. Hey, baby, we missed you too, love. Happy New Year, mamas. Yep, they taking them right out for informing the people, even with receipt. What happened to freedom of speech? Girl, they trying to take our freedom of speech, Rockwell. I swear to God. I guess it's now for social media when there's some of the reasons why they made it. Exactly. Now here's the headbang. I'm finna bust your head open with this one. So have a seat. Put your wine down and let me finish this sentence. Tony suggests that children under 4 years eat the applesauce. I said, Tony said kids under 4 years old should eat the applesauce. Y'all just got the approval for ages 5 to 12. I guess we ain't been doing that long enough because now you immediately going after those under. They won't stop. They won't stop. Let's see what else. Xinhua said their military is fully ready for any external provocations and emergencies that may take place during the Beijing Winter Olympics, the Defense Ministry announces via communist state media. So China's about to host the Beijing Winter Olympics. And if you didn't know, you have to be sauced up in order to go. Yeah. And did y'all know, and I can't remember if I talked about this the other day, that damn all-time was trying to slip in on me, girl, but did y'all know, we got the Super Bowl, right, come February, what is it, the 13th, I believe? Do you know, not only are they starting to run the homeless people out of the area, right, which you should be trying to help get the homeless off the street anyway, but they're running the homeless out the area, trying to clean up the area around the stadium, but they're going to have a booth there for the applesauce. And as a incentive for you to eat it in case you hadn't had it, because to go to the stadium, You got to have your paperwork together. If you don't have no paperwork, you can step right over there and go ahead and eat a bowl of applesauce, and then your admission will be free. Ain't that something? Girl, don't even get me started. Wasn't it a problem last year? One day stopped giving children from 6 months till 5 years old is now it's 5 to 11 at a time for you. Let me guess, the parents asked me. I have no idea what. Well, I do have an idea, but I don't want to get deep into it right now because I'm on my lunch break. Uh, it, it's unreal, and I have to say, the last couple of days while I've been trying to put YouTube Boulevard videos and stuff together, and if y'all haven't seen ours, y'all have to check them out. That's where I'm releasing a lot of the information, and knock on wood, so far so good. Nothing's happened, and I'm just having them in conversations, putting them in some of it in little skits or whatever. But and here's the thing: what I'm doing is trying to give you information, and the manner in which I'm giving it to you, the powers that be would say that I'm lying to you. But I have receipts for all of it. It's no different than what's going on with other YouTubers, right? Some people add a little lie to the truth and call it entertainment. Some people don't do nothing but lie. And then some people, they push the envelope too far, and then they get stuck in this position where, they lost the battle, and now they're going for the war. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Um, yeah, the doctors and the scientists and the chemistry professors are all starting to question the applesauce. See, this thing about to go full blown. Um, European drug watchdog EMA has approved the applesauce in pill form. So they're moving straight ahead with putting it in pill form and selling it to you. So see, it's been free for a very long time. Actually, they've been trying to pay you to take it. Now they're putting it in pill form, which tells me in a minute they're going to start charging you for it. So just a heads up. Now catch this tea. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau isolates himself for 5 days after learning of killer peat exposure as a trucking convoy approaches Ottawa, the capital of the country. But the Ottawa Public Health Department announces you do not need to self-isolate if you have fully eaten the applesauce. You remember what those code words I was telling y'all about? Isolating and quarantining and negative and positive. All right, pay attention, because Trudeau was on the list now. Trudeau was on the list. Sweden. Sweden has decided against recommending applesauce for kids aged 5 to 11. The benefits do not outweigh the risk, the health agency argued. In the U.S., and it gives some more stuff. And then they go on to say, Tony plans to start passing out applesauce to kids under the age of 5 with up to 3 bowls of applesauce next month. So remember, we went through a calendar. We got a little taste of all of the stuff that was coming up today. They was about 2 months. They're 2 months off track from that schedule. But as you can see, everything on that list has been coming to pass. Slowly but surely, it's been coming to pass. Am I coming? Yeah, I got a live schedule tonight. I think it's 6:15. I have a live schedule up for both channels. But now the live I have scheduled tonight, Rockwell, is I got the live scheduled under both channels. But that live we're going to be talking about Tasha K. Because I found out this morning that someone has started a petition to have her channel removed. Claiming that she violated community guidelines. And Do you know, even after that girl got up there on that screen and told us that they didn't have no fundraisers, no GoFundMe's, none of that, she said, we're not doing any of that. She said, we've had some of those taken down. And she told people, if you find anybody with a GoFundMe claiming it's from me, to report it, because it's not us. Do you know the people still running over there giving their money to a GoFundMe that was not authorized or put out by Tasha? So it's amazing, but the hate is real. And I just want to talk a little bit about why should her channel be removed. So that's not going to, we're not going to be in the Boss Cave. You know, we went a couple of nights ago to the Boss Cave, and I had a few people that came over, and it was, they saw some crazy shit. Sweden cares about their citizens. Absolutely. They got to see some stuff, and they was there the whole time. I think one person fell asleep in the live. We was in the Boss Cave. Yeah, so yeah, it's whoa. No, and hell no. My vitamin D and zinc kept me from being in. So yep, it got me, but it was mild. Yep. Hey, Bench. Hey, boo. How you doing, honey? Thank you. Yes, if y'all can, please thumbs up the video for me, or not. Whichever way your spirit leads you, we would appreciate it. So yeah, coming after the kids under the age of 5, I'm not with it. And if these people don't stand up and use their voice and let their voice be heard, that they're against it, I mean, the people that's fighting for you can't do it by themselves. We need all hands on deck. We need all hands on deck so that we can be heard. That's part of our problem. Enough people don't speak out. Enough people don't say anything. When there are petitions out here trying to, they're trying to push things, you don't, even look into it and listen to it to see if it's beneficial for you or your family. We got to stop that. We got to start being a little bit more, pay attention, ask questions, read a few lines at the top, read a few lines in the middle, read a few lines in the, look, you need to do some reading. That's the problem now. They made us lazy with all this technology. Nobody don't do nothing we used to do back in the day. You don't have nothing memorized. We got to get out of that. My son just said, Mom, my teacher keep asking, am I getting the applesauce? I said, tell her to call me. Millville. I done told you, you better send a written note. Maybe you need to send a written note up there and have it signed for them that he is not to be given. Because next thing you know, your son will come home and say, Mama, they gave me the applesauce. Ain't gonna be nothing you can do about that. At that point, it'll be too late. All you can do is pray that he make it through it. It's only good if it's in writing. It's only good if it's in writing, because the people I already told you, if they show up at public school, you've authorized us to do whatever we need to do. And everybody don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's not acceptable. But you got to make sure your voice is heard and in the right place. Yeah. There it is, Rockwell. There it is. Some people don't believe fat meat greasy. No matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many messages you show them, no matter how many videos they see, they will not believe you. Not you, Rockwell. Not you, Millville. I'm just talking about, people in general. They used to be, oh, let him touch the heater. It'll burn him once and he won't touch it again. That ain't even no longer true. People will try again. Do you think your TK page come down? Others will too. TK's page won't come down behind, in my opinion. Her page won't come down behind the lawsuit. Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody because that's a broad statement. Quite a few of the larger and even some smaller content creators lie. If you go into the celebrity sector where that's all they talk about, a lot of people's opinions are negative. A lot of people straight up lie and don't admit they lie. If the girl admitted she lies sometimes, then she lies. She ain't the only one. Just some of them ain't woman or man enough to admit that they be lying. But you as a subscriber, you as somebody that's watching them, you know that they lying, because you know what they said last year and the year before, and now this year it's a whole different story, because they was lying when they said it last year. Ain't nothing changed. Her channel won't come down because she lost the case. If her channel comes down, it'll be because of the F-ish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's her money. Listen, everybody talking about how much money Tasha makes off YouTube. And that's a prime example of how small-minded people can be. Tasha ain't the only one making the money on YouTube. YouTube is making money off of Tasha. See, YouTube and Tasha together have partnered to make the money that she's making. They should want her to stay on YouTube so that she can pay off her judgment, unless she wins it in an appeal. So the petitions that they got out, I don't know. I don't think it'll come down, but you just never know. You really never know. Millville, a bench thinker said the teacher's harassing your son. You got to put a stop to that. That's not allowed. And that's not even a conversation she should be having with her. See, that's the point I'm making. The teachers be trying it. You know darn well a child can't give you permission to do nothing. You have to speak to their parent, their mama, their daddy, their granddaddy. You have to speak to an adult with supervision rights to do anything to a child, but yet you're going to go to this child and keep asking him. So what if he say, yeah, you going to give it to him because he said, yeah, but his mama said no? Well, do we have anything in writing that she said no? No. Well, did anybody call it? Then how do we know she said no? They be trying it. Girl, these people be pissing me out. They be pissing me out. Exactly. Call me. Don't even take an ice pack from nobody. My child, I already know. Okay, Rockwell, don't let them take an ice pack, nothing. I really think it's going to be an apocalypse after a while. That's why I appreciate this information. That's right. Thank you. I'm glad you do, Millville. Yes. TK page ain't going nowhere. If it does, they be back to sub. Oh, yeah, they coming back. It is an invasion of privacy. Ask a child that. You absolutely right, Benj. Not to mention he can't give you consent. That's just like you asking a little girl, oh, you want to come go with me? I got a puppy and some candy in the van, and she go to the van with you. That's not permission that for you to drive off with her, hold her hostage, violate her, and do any of the other things. That's not what that is. But child, since it ain't nobody to hold accountable, if it happened, what you gonna do? That's what they gonna say. So what? But then that's where your extended violence come in, because that's when more teachers gonna start catching two pieces with a biscuit. See, when stuff start happening to people's kids, see, when something happened in your family, you might not have insurance, you may not have family support system, nothing to help you. Your body starts going into a shock. You start going into a mental section where you become flustered and overwhelmed, and you don't think clearly. And that's when people make really bad decisions. So you have to be careful with stuff like that. Exactly, BBK. You're 100% YouTube ain't going to lose. No. Yeah. See, they have to remember these big content creators, these people with millions and millions of subscribers, they not the only ones making money. YouTube making money too. They working together for it. The content creator can't make no money without YouTube getting a piece of it. And that's not even including the 30%. Because remember, they went back, a year or two ago? They told you behind the scenes that they were going to start putting ads on channels that were not even monetized. So if your channel ain't monetized, who getting the money for the clicks and views and the watch hours for those ads and commercials that's coming up on your channel? YouTube. And YouTube gonna be the only one make some money off of it. That's why on my backup channel, baby, I try to age restrict every single video, because don't nobody get no money on age restricted videos. I ain't getting no money, bitch. You ain't getting no money. Age restrict, age restrict, age restrict, age restrict. Let's slow that money train down a little bit, dog. As an adult, I don't even ask people that. Bench sticker, I do not. And I had to take my car to the shop yesterday morning. Girl, didn't nobody have. Well, the workers had, some of the workers back there had on masks. But the other people that were coming to drop their cars off to pick their cars up, they was wearing masks. And one man wanted to sit down, and I got up and I pushed the chair all the way away from me and nodded my head at him and sat on back down in my chair. I'm not putting on no mask, dog. So if you don't want to sit next to me, there you go. I done push that bitch on over there. It's good. It's good. Look, Like I said before, I think I already had it before back in 2019 when I was sick. Y'all rolled with me. It was my supporters, my subscribers that got me well. Sent me straight to the Amazon to get that fish oil and some other things. After I done spent damn near over $1,000 in co-pays and prescriptions and deductibles and all of these different things running from specialist to specialist. It was my YouTube family that brought me back to life. Shout out to Aha. She sent me a whole bottle. Shout out to Today's Whoa, who sent me a many things from masks to the medicine for the breathing machine, all kind of shit. Shout out to everybody else. Shout out to I can't even think of her name now. It was another lady. I can't think of her name. She even sent, she supported me on getting some medicine. Sent $50 or something. It's been a couple of people. But shout out to everybody that brought me back to life in 2019. I don't give a damn what your status is. Just don't bother me by no mask. You don't want to sit next to me, then bitch, stand. That's what's gonna happen, Rockville. It's too many kids. It will hit one hit, one drop. One hit, one drop. I call them death drops. There's nobody for you to go after. You can't go after Big Pharma. You can't go after the governor. You can't go after the government. You can't go if it happens and the person don't make it, you just done lost somebody and you can't hold nobody responsible for it. And that's when people slip off the edge and be like, okay, well, I'll take the whole school out. That's where that kind of shit derives from. Yep, they warn the people to get to. Yep, they warn the people to get to work, or YouTube won't count y'all. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm still putting some stuff together in the YouTube videos, and I'll probably be working up on it late tonight. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's gonna be slow for me tomorrow because I'm gonna be slow. But I hopefully y'all will come back and hang out with me tonight. I'll have both channels open. I will open up the platform. I'm not gonna fool with the phone system. I'll just put up my disclaimer, and you can come up on the panel. As you know, we don't care nothing about what you look like, child. Don't nobody want to see your face. And y'all stop all this damn crying on YouTube. You look a damn fool. I love y'all. Shout out to my bosses, my replay gang, my cave dwellers, my street runners, my supporters, my subscribers, allies. Y'all out of business. Y'all be blessed and have a good day, and I'll catch y'all tonight. Peace.